Welcome to Lawfolds Farm, episode 15, with me, Mr. Silly P. Now, as you can see from the previous little clip that I showed, I'm now on missions completed 58, I think that says. I've been doing quite a few missions. I have also bought now the cramp. I'll just show you, it's easier. The Cramp Bandit SB3060. I bought it for one very good reason. It was on sale. Only 5% off, but it was cheaper. I've also bought the wood chipper. So the work I've been doing, the money I made doing the extra missions, has paid off. Now, here's the other thing that's interesting. I've been waiting for the price to come up on wood chips. I've just scrolled along, and if my eyes don't deceive me, and I'm really baffled by this, unless it's part of the update, I don't know. The prices have gone a bit weird. The price at Aberdeen Grains, the highest it got was about 700 and something. It's now saying coming down from 843. I'm sure when I turned this off on my last bit of recording, it was only on 600 and something. Highland Grains price was going up, and that was on 701. That's now saying 1,028. So I've got one load there, right directly in front of me, in the trailer that I bought. That's full. And if you can see right off in the distance, the red trailer, that's on the lorry. That's the rented one, the leased one, which I'm going to give back now because I bought the one. That's also full. At that price, I can't go wrong. I'm going to do a bit more wood chipping and keep this money coming in. So this is going to be interesting to see what I get for this load. Did the update today. It said crop destruction module, ground response module and tyre dirt module. When I did the update, all that was available for me on PlayStation 4 was ground response and tyre dirt. It hasn't given me the option for crop destruction yet, so don't know what's happening there. $60,176. That is the most I have got for a load on this game. There's just normally 40, I think, was the most I got for a 59,000 litre load. So that's pretty good harvest income, like that. I'm going to go and sell the other one as well. I'm going to carry on doing a bit of wood chipping. I'll do some off screen. Now, any recording I do at the moment may be compromised slightly. As you can tell, I've got a cold again. I haven't had one for about a week. That's, you know, what a shocker there. But there's a load of water main repairs going on outside the house. They're gradually working their way down the road, so it's going to be a lot of noise, I would imagine, today. But anyway. Right, a bit more contracting. I'm going to do the contracting in between at the moment, only because I've just dumped 2 full loads of wood chips and the price has dropped a bit. While that's climbing itself back up again, I'll do a bit of contracting. I've come up to the Aberdeen Northern Marts hub, as I've kind of nicknamed it, called it, whatever you say. It's late, it's nearly 9 o'clock. I've been doing various different jobs, contracting, wood chipping. The price is bouncing up and down on the wood chipping because I'm selling a load, then it drops, and it builds back up again. I'll sell a load, it drops. So I'm trying to find jobs to in between. Now, despite what I said earlier on when I was selling the wood chips, and I said that only 2 of the 4 real mods had downloaded or uploaded or installed, when I came out of the game and went back in to do another video, it was on there. So I'm now running all 3. I've got the tire dirt, I've got the ground response, and I've got crop destruction running. If you're not sure about those or the update in general, whiz over, have a look. I've done an update special that's on my channel already. Now that has some implications in that, because I'm running that, certain vehicles need to be customized, adapted, adjusted, whatever you want to call it. So the thing about that is that to run certain equipment, if I'm going to do grass cutting and use front mowers, rear mowers with windrowers and things all attached, as I was saying before I was rudely cut off by one of my daughters coming in, yeah, depending on what equipment I'm going to run now, fertilizer sprayers, that's not too bad. The weeder, that's not too bad, doesn't require a lot of horsepower. But the mowers and things like that do. Now, I don't know whether or not at the moment, because I haven't checked it yet, if you drive across grass with narrow tyres on, row crop tyres, whether it will still destruct the grass or not, I don't know. But with that in mind, anyway, I'm selling the Fortis, the Sammy Fortis. I do like it, it's a brilliant tractor, but I need something with more horsepower. And because of the jobs I've been doing, sell for 103, actually that's way better than I thought. Because I've been doing the contracting, because I've been selling the wood chips and money's going up, that was all supposed to be going on Livestock, but I'm going to have to make some changes because of the crop destruction mod. So what I've been looking at is which tractors you can use that are high horsepower but can run narrow tyres. I looked at the 700 Vario. I think top horsepower on that comes out at 240. Fast Track we've already got, and that only does standard or wide tyres. Valtra's not too bad. Deutz-Fahr I don't think does. No. So the Massey Ferguson 7700 series does. I do like the Massey Fergusons. I had Massey Fergusons on Chellington, and I really, really do like these. Now, I don't think, I mean, going way, way up, the 87, no, a lot of the bigger tractors, you can have twin. And I don't know as well, with twin narrows, whether that would have the same impact, I don't know. But anyway, so the next one that I can have, the Case Puma you can, I think. You can run narrows on the Case Puma, but because I've got a Case Optim already, I decided not to. Yeah, so I'm looking at the Massey Ferguson 7700, which is what I'm going to purchase. I'm going to get a front loader attacher, yes. Engine setup, 280 horsepower, the biggest it can go. Wheel setup, I'm going to go with narrow tyres to start off with. It's going to look ugly, I know that, but it's a means to an end. Is that 209,300 or 208? 209, I think. Bearing in mind I just sold the Sammy Fortis for 103. You're only looking at 106,000 for that tractor. Off the total I've got now, a couple of loads of wood chips, and that's that paid for. It's not a big deal, I'm quite happy with that. So, going to buy that. Now what it also means is, because it's a bigger tractor, I'm going to need the bigger front loader. So I'll get that as well while I'm here. 8,000 wall, okay. I don't need it, so. Okay. Now in this video I did promise harvesting, and in the morning we'll get on to harvesting one of the fields. Like I say, it looks awful, it really does. I mean, look at the size of the wheel arches compared to the tyres, but you know what? It will do what I need it to. I can always go and customise it as I need to. Excellent. I could have gone with red ones of those to match, but you know what? It's fine as it is. Right, I'm going to get this back to the yard. But check it all, make sure it's all okay. Yep, all good. Back to the farm we go. Now I'm thinking the T6 as well might, at some point, if I'm doing more than one thing at a time, I might need to, if I'm fertiliser spraying with the T6, well, I'll pull that in front of the car, put row crop tyres on that as well. I'll wait till daylight and I'll check out to see whether or not this will do damage on grass. I'm not sure if it does. We'll find out. It's late, but in all honesty, it's never too late to trade in animals. So, sheep, I'm going to buy some more, and I'm going to buy some more cows as well while I'm here, and then just keep build that money back up again. Another 20 sheep. And cows. These are a little bit more pricey, I'll be honest. A lot more pricey. Wow. Oh, you know what? I've done the work, why not? Another 20 cows. Bank balance is depleted again, but we are investing in livestock, we're investing in machinery. It's all going rather well. Let's have a quick look then. So 81 sheep owned. They're going to need a bit of work. Cows are going to need a bit of work. I'll probably do that through the night now, actually. Off screen. The pigs will carry on reproducing at the moment. I'm happy to leave them for a little bit. Yeah, so alright. Feeding of animals, I'm going to crack on with that. And we'll see what happens in the morning. So morning breaks over a very desolate looking forest area. I was busy overnight doing God knows how many loads backwards and forwards and stump grinding, etc. This woodland forest is receding rapidly, but it is working and it's paying off, so worth every penny. Now there is another job that needs to be done. The cows, regardless of what I've been doing, I've got conveyor belts for the pigs and sheep, but the cows I can't get to 100% cleanliness. I need to get something in there, so I've got a plan for what I'm going to do there. this massive Ferguson. It's growing on me. It doesn't look fantastic, but it is growing on me, and it's a means to an end. But that's a big lot of wheel space with nothing on it. It looks a bit, I don't know. I mean, it looks odd because you're not used to seeing them like that. But anyway. Right. I'm going to check the crop destruction in a minute. But before I do that, there's a lot of jobs need doing actually today. We've got on field... No, that's the wrong field. What am I talking about? Field 26 and 27, 28 and 29 combined, and 30 plus 31 all need fertilising, weeding to get them to the next fertilising state. That will all need to be done probably alongside whatever else I'm doing. I promised to harvest. I'm going to harvest field 32, I think that is, isn't it? Field 32, we're going to harvest in a little while. But before I do that, because I am now running the crop destruction mod, I think it's going to enhance the game and add a bit more realism to it, hence the row crop tyres. But just to double check, because I did it on my test map, this shouldn't cause any damage. Phew, okay, it doesn't cause any damage. So, seeding, ploughing, all that kind of stuff, normal tractor, no problem at all. But if you're going to do anything after it starts to grow, fertilising, weeding, spraying, anything at all, it needs to be with row crop tyres. Now, what I have done is I have purchased or downloaded, installed the Lely Juno 150. It is in the Modhub. That Flegel trailer's there for a reason. I'm going to be moving that and putting it over with the sheep. That's going to be putting sheep pallets on. But that's been moved over from Lewisk. So yeah, the Lely Juno. I'm going to take that over to the farm, to Lewisk, and I'm going to set that up so it runs up and down the feed trough. When it first came out, I couldn't really get to grips with how to use it, so I've had a bit of a fiddle around and I should be okay. I hope. It's taking a bit of fiddling around, I'll be honest with you. The angle on there says 4,500. You can increase or decrease that. That should send it the right amount. For a cow trough, that's about the right distance. You have to set it up in the middle of the cow trough, and at 4,500 it should go the full length out one side and then the full length out the other side, in theory, but it has to be in the centre. You can hire a worker to do it, so you kind of enter it and then you hire a worker, then it will go off and do its thing. You can drive it yourself if you want to. It's entirely up to you, and it's got quite a wide kind of area that it cleans up. So it's just setting up was making sure it was just straight and level and it went the right direction and that kind of thing. The only problem as well is if you stop it at any point along that row, you have to put it back to the centre for when you do it again next time. I'll explain that in a second. It goes at 3 miles an hour, but it needs to build up to 3 miles an hour. So I realise this seems incredibly slow. So it will go that way first, all the way down to the end. Now what I've also done is I've got the, in the placeables, there's the Lely charging station, I think they call it. That costs $120, pounds, euros, whatever. And it means that you normally pay £120 a day for the Lely Juno. If you pay $120 pounds, I keep saying dollars, for the charging station, you then don't pay the daily fee. So it's a bit of a no-brainer really. For one-off payment, you don't pay. Well, I don't know, but it makes sense anyway. So it's in placeables. So that will come back to the centre and then go back out the other way, and it will just keep doing that. It will go up and down constantly until you take the worker off, or unhire, or dismiss worker, or whatever you want to call it. But you've got to put it back in the centre. Now this should be found if you want one and you install it under animals. It's 12,000. It's not cheap, but it saves a lot of grief and a lot of hassle, especially when you're increasing your herd or whatever you've got, your livestock. Now the only downside is it doesn't put the grass or whatever it is back into the trough. It just destroys it, whether it eats it, burns it, sends it through a portal to another dimension. I'm not sure where it goes, but it doesn't go back into the feed. So it just basically kind of eradicates it. So it should go just off the end of here. So at 4,500, I know it says degrees, but it, I think they're supposed to be like millimeters or something. So it's supposed to be, or it says centimeters, but it doesn't quite tie up. But anyway, so it comes just off the end. It should, please stop, please stop, please stop. And it should go back. There we go. Fantastic. So that will just keep doing that, up and down, and it will keep that clean the whole time. Only downside if you leave it is that you've used a worker. Now if you want to enter it from anywhere in the map, rather than keep going back to the farm, just go in to the main menu as you would to any vehicle, and you can enter it at any point, hire a worker, dismiss a worker, then go back to wherever you want to go to. But there you go, that'll keep plodding up and down. Yeah, like I say, if you've got a lot of workers and you've set them on fields, that will use up one of your worker slots. So you can always dismiss the worker for a time being if you want to. It's but it's set up and it's running now. I'll leave that going for a little bit and then I'll come back and dismiss the worker in a bit. But we need to crack on with a harvest. It's been a long time coming so far in the episode, but we will get there. Don't you worry. That's right, it's harvester time. I am seriously considering upgrading to a bigger harvester or buying a second. I've got enough money there that I can do if I want to. I'm thinking getting another one and replacing it rather than getting a second one. Now, just looking at that, I'm not going to get through there with the header, I don't think. So, right, what do I need to do? If I unhook this here and just move to one side, and what I'll do is I'll get another vehicle to take the header in, then I'll go into attach. Because I'm running crop destruction, I have to really seriously think about, in the past, off screen, using that magic of editing, you can drive into the field, drive around, set yourself up, and then off you go again. If I'm running crop destruction, I can't just drive into that field now. I will destroy everything. There's not a lot of room around it, so you have to really think about where you're going to place your header, how you're going to get it attached to your combine, where your combine's going to go, all of that. It adds a whole new element to the game. But I do now need a tractor. The only downside I think I found with it is the fact you can't turn it on and off, which is a pity. I think if it's installed, it should be kind of in the menu, like camera sensitivity and all those things, the radio and whatever. You can turn ploughing off, you can turn withering off. I think the crop destruction should be an option you can turn on or off if you want to. So you can install it, it's sitting there, but you get the option. I suppose because it's a mod, you either install it or you don't, but, however you want to look at it. Now, in all likelihood, I'm going to have to, because this is one of those horrible trailers that's got the swivel front axle, which I hate and can't reverse, so I'm probably going to have to drive the whole way around the field. Yes, maybe. You won't see that bit. And as if by magic. Right, so if I line that up right by the gates, right there, and then the combine should be able to take it off there, I'll then drive the trailer out the way and I can start. That's the theory. Hopefully it will work. I have to say it's lucky they've got double gates on a lot of these. If it was single gates, you'd never get through with anything. Right, if I open that up, that will rock back on the axle, and I should be able to get that header off the trailer without any hassle, in theory. And back up just enough that I can pull that trailer out of the way. Oh my god, look at the width of those gates. I could have got through there anyway. Isn't that weird? When I pulled up initially, it looked like I wouldn't get through, but I actually probably could have put the header on outside and saved all of that hassle. All that mucking around, driving around the field, getting a tractor, didn't need to bother. Never mind. Again, you live and learn. Obviously, if I get a harvester with a bigger header, that's not going to be the case anymore. We'll see how it works out, but let's crack on. I've been promising you a harvest for the whole episode. We might get a little bit done. Who knows? There's been lots of other stuff that he's doing. Now, straw swath. Try and get the straw swath enabled. Because I'm going to leave that behind because I'm going to do bales. I need more straw bales. Even if I leave the straw swath sitting on the ground and this field doesn't get used for a little while, that'll all be fine. because then I can just come bail it up whenever I need to. That's kind of the option. So there we go. Right. Why is that not doing a straw swath? Should be. What's? Oh, I've just realised. It's not wheat, is it? Or barley. It's oilseed rapes, canola. Because I've decided to harvest the wrong field. What a genius. Never mind. Right. Well, I'll carry on with the harvest anyway. It just won't be straw swaths on this one. I'll do that on the next field I do. So we'll do oilseed rape, and then I'll just store that. I'll store some of it because I'll use that for pig food, and the rest I'll sell. So yeah, enjoy the harvesting for a moment while I ponder my life and my choices. Now, while you are enjoying this, the wonder of the Massey Ferguson doing its thing, I just want to do. I don't normally do this. I'll do shout outs for people like Fragdad, Mossfrog, Stefan, Alan, all the different people that comment, help me out and do various bits and bobs. James Roddy, if you're out there, well, you will be out there because you've been watching the videos. Just hello to James Roddy. He asked me if I'd mind doing it, so I don't mind, I'll do it. That said, that's not a free-for-all now. It's not everyone just says, give me a shout out, give me a shout out. Otherwise it'll be hours of just shout outs. But there you go, James. And what of you? Have I mentioned before I like this map? I might have done. I'm really enjoying this. Right, this shall continue as it does. Now, while all that's going on, I have been weeding with the Massey Ferguson. I have been fertiliser spraying with the New Holland T6, both with row crop tyres on. Although for some reason the workers they're not recognising some of the boundaries for some reason, the fields, and I keep getting messages up saying the workers completed their task, and they haven't. They've just stopped for some reason. So I'm having to go in and out and keep changing things, but that's not the end of the world. I'm also thinking I've got the Brantner fertiliser spreader, which has got a wider reach than this, so I'm thinking of maybe getting rid of it. I don't know, I'm not sure. Right, okay. First unload. Would be black on black, wouldn't it? For all the choices of trailer colour to do. Any other crop, it would have been fine. Any other trailer colour would have been fine. But anyway. I know I mentioned this before, but if you can hear shouting and yelling in the background, it's the workmen working on my road. They are right outside the house today. And they've decided to be singing today, which is lovely. It's a nice addition to the farming. Right, while I'm here, that field there is 27 is done, 31 is done, fertilised, just over the hill to the left, and then just right over there, that direction, 29, 28 and 30 are done. I'm going to move the fertiliser spreader and sprayer over to field 26, which will be directly ahead of me as we drive forwards. 26 is ahead of us, so I'm going to move everything to there, and that should be all the fields done on the next fertiliser state. It's all good. So after another offload, we will finish off the harvest. I will finish off the harvest. The harvest will get finished. There's a bitty episode, only because I'm trying to get to grips with Lawfolds again, get my head around where I was. I said that in the last episode. It's kind of going around and checking everything. I'm trying to increase the livestock as rapidly as I can. I'm trying to make money as rapidly as I can. So there's been a bit of wood chipping, there's been a bit of contracting, there's been a bit of working with the animals. Got a bit of a harvest done. A few new things purchased. The Lely Juno. A few bits of equipment moved around. Tractors converted over to row crop tyres to allow for the new mods. So yeah, there's a lot going on. But I'm enjoying it, and I hope you guys are too. It's bringing some interesting changes. One of the interesting changes, about 5 minutes ago, I was just downloading, or it went on my automatic downloads, Farming Simulator 17, version 1.05. 1.04 didn't last very long, did it? I'm assuming because of a few glitches. People were complaining quite a lot on the Farming Simulator website yesterday about how the update had caused more problems than it has solved, etc, etc. So I'm assuming Giants have gone in, had a bit of a fiddle around and tried to sort out some of those issues. So now there's another update, so 1.05 is just uploaded or downloaded onto mine. I'm assuming to resolve some of those issues. It's something that will kind of rage on, I guess, over the next few days as people try out things and realise certain things don't work and bits of equipment don't work, and you're always going to get mod clashes as well with certain maps. It's just the way it is. Anyway, that is the end of this episode. I shall continue, and probably the start of the next episode I'll have a full unload and I'll know exactly how much I got of this field. Then the process will begin cultivating, etc, etc on this field to prepare for the next crop. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share the video, please be my guest. There are regular updates going on my Facebook page under Mr. Silly P as well. Anything that Farming Simulator are sticking up on their page, I'm sharing onto mine. So find out whatever you want to find out from any of those various different locations. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.